when we guarantee 20 clients following, let's say 300 outreach messages a day, and does this whatever the ins and outs are, anyone can expect over like 50-60 clients. Almost all service based businesses that are operating online, we help them out. Now, how do we help them? We help them with proven systems for sales, outbound, inbound, and paid ads. Instagram got banned. I lost all the sources of income I had. It came down to zero.
We are a marketing firm who cannot market our own marketing agency. So help us market our agency so that we can get leads.
You have helped us make the offer. You have given us the pricing. You have spent all that time training us on how to do calls.
And you are incentivizing us to not get these clients.
No one probably would think of that, because the value they are getting in return is just so high that people probably would value their 6 months more than the amount. The main one that we use is YouTube. It works really great, especially for B2B companies.
What are you talking about? YouTube works well
Very.
as a content thing.
Yeah.
So you are saying that more people need to come on our podcast
Definitely.
and do a recording with us and get more reels and then use it for inbound marketing. What do you think about that?
Love it.
What do you guys think about that?
Guys, he's 19. He's
Yeah.
turned 19 few days back.
Why don't you explain your business in under a minute?
So we at Freedom Formula, we are a client acquisition consultation firm. We help high-ticket marketing agency owners, coaches, and consultants in getting more clients with the help of proven sales, outbound, inbound, and paid ad systems.
Client acquisition firm. What does that mean?
So acquiring clients, getting more clients for your business. That's what client acquisition is. Now, this is the part where we help marketing agency owners, coaches, and consultants. So almost all service-based businesses that are operating online, we help them out. Now, how do we help them? We help them with proven systems for sales, outbound, inbound, and paid ads. Now, coming to outbound is when you are reaching out to the customers, ki I can help you out in this way. Inbound is when customers are reaching out to you, hey Aditya, I need your help in this particular part of my business. And paid ads is when you're using social media to advertise about your service to the target audience.
How are these different?
Outbound, inbound, and paid ads. So outbound is basically when you're reaching out to people, so they don't know about you already. In this, you will have to explain to them that this is what we do. You will have to show them this is the ROI we can get for you. Inbound is when they know about you either from your personal brand on any social media, or they know about you from PR or any such activity which involves you or your company or your story or your brand image. That's when they're coming to you, ki hey Aditya, help me out in this. I know about your company, I trust you well. Please explain me how you can help me out. What would be the ROI? And then I'm more interested in working with you. And paid ads is when you're reaching out to people, you're targeting a set audience, you're telling them this is your problem, I have a solution for it. Let's hop on a call or anyway, and we can take it.
Let's talk about outbound. Right? Any person who starts a business gets into the business thinking I'm going to make an amazing product, and because the product is so amazing, it's going to sell, which is complete hocus pocus. Doesn't work out. Right? You have to go out and sell. So the first thing you do is call your mother and ask her, do you have any friends who might be willing to buy my service? And I feel that's what the definition of outbound would be. That I am reaching out to somebody and then asking them that, hey man, like, would you like to buy my service? Is that about right?
Pretty much, but we already know about them. We do some research from our end. So it should be, I am only reaching out to marketing agencies that I can help.
Okay.
So that I can give them a message, hey, this is the problem that your business is probably facing. This is what we do. We can help you out. Let's get on a call and I will help you out from there.
No, but if you already know about them, then comes the second part of the difficulty, right? I went to my mother because she probably has friends. I am a lonely moron who has just started a business. I don't know anybody, right? I'm sitting here with my computer. How do I get to know about these people? How do I know who will buy from me? How do I get the first person that, please, like, you're the correct person for me?
How do I know that this is the problem that person A or agency A is facing in what you're saying, and agency B is not facing?
So for this, we need to do again market research, right? So when you're building a product, like you said, you built an amazing product. So when you're building a product, you have a particular problem in mind and you find a solution for that. That is what basically you're selling, right? Now, outbound is basically cold outreach, and it's called cold outreach because I don't know the person, they don't know me, it's cold, right? We need to use icebreaker and all that, so it's cold. Now,
Wait, icebreaker, I thought that was like a mint. What's
yeah,
icebreaker?
icebreaker is basically let's say I don't know this person, so me connecting with them for the first time, that's me breaking the ice between us. That's the thing, right? So when reaching out to these people, when we build the product, we already know ki I will be helping this person in achieving this. So now there are so many ways by which you can find these prospects. So let's say I go to LinkedIn and I find marketing agencies that are doing between this and this per month.
Let's make it specific. Let's talk about what you did, how you found problems that these agencies are facing. How did you decide you were going to be targeting agencies? Because I think in today's day and age, we have agencies every 10 meters. The same way we have Panwadis, that's how we have marketing agencies. So how do you decide to target marketing agencies? How do you decide these are the problems I want to solve? How did you decide this?
So before starting this client acquisition consultation firm, I myself had a performance marketing agency. We were serving gyms in United States. We were doing performance marketing for them. So for anyone who does not know what performance marketing is, it is basically using social media. Specifically, we were using Meta, Facebook and Instagram to run ads of those gyms in their locality. Hey, come to our gym, and we were bringing in clients for them. That was what we were doing. So first of all, I was facing problems with client acquisition, and somehow we figured out how we can get more clients for ourselves, how we can get more gyms for ourselves. So that's the first thing I solved for myself. Secondly, when I started looking around me in this industry space, all there is about client acquisition, it just consists of paid marketing. That's all people are saying. Whenever someone's selling a course, they're just teaching how do you run ads, how do you get those appointments, how do you sell to those people. Or else it's inbound, ki how do you grow your Instagram, how do you grow your YouTube. But outbound, that is cold emails, cold DMs, cold calling, like calling a business owner on the phone saying, hey, I'm Aditya from this company, I can help you out. Would you be open to discussing more? That's cold calling, right? So no one touches that. First, because it takes effort. Secondly, because it needs a very good system. And third, it needs to be unique. And since this takes efforts, people are often not talking about it, and people are just thinking ki I should run paid ads to get clients. And this is like a big trap because everyone's running paid ads. And like you said, there are agencies every 10 meter. Agar har, like let's say everyone starts running ads, then the cost would go up and only the big market, like big marketing agencies would win, and people on the lower end would just spend 10, 20, 30,000 rupees they have, they won't get any client, won't get any result because of lack of knowledge in that space.
No, yaar, you're talking about an idealistic scenario where everybody is running ads, right? I don't feel each small business knows how to run ads. I don't think each small business understands the value of an online presence. And even if we are to go in that direction, when we talk about small businesses thinking ad chala diya, paisa aa gaya, or when we think about people thinking outbound kiya, paisa aa gaya, there is like a huge thing missing in the middle, which I feel is what you're trying to fill with your company. What is that thing missing?
So basically, the first thing that people don't understand is the offer creation part. That's also one thing we help people in. The reason why there are so many courses, why there are so many things revolving around just this marketing thing, is because people don't have a real good thing to sell. If I want to sell a stone, in order to sell it, I will have to wrap it around in different shiny objects and all, and then I would be selling it. And that's probably what's happening in the market these days. You want to get rich out of college, just start a marketing agency. You want to learn how would I do it, join my 3-day webinar and I will show you how to do it. And then what happens is build these crazy funnels, build these crazy websites, do these workshops, spend hundreds and thousands of rupees on ads, and that's what people are doing. What we tell marketing agency owners or people in our space to do is build a crazy good product that delivers result, and marketing would be very easy for you.
It's not that easy again, right? How can I build a crazy product if I'm doing a commoditized item? For example, let's say I'm selling t-shirts. Okay. Now Instagram has become like a fashion marketplace thingy. Cool. So I'm selling t-shirt. I write, hey, that's awesome on my t-shirt. Well, flashy yellow, orange, white color t-shirt looks nice. I saw the photo. Click, shop, buy. Cool. I made 400 rupees. How do I make it awesome? How do I make it special? It's a t-shirt. So then I have to run ads, no?
No, but that's for like a product based business. We only work with service based businesses, first of all.
Okay,
If you
so
think about a marketing agency, isn't that also now a commoditized service to some extent?
Yeah, that is, but in this case, your service quality, that's what matters, right?
service quality though after I buy will come into play. Na? What
Service
before I buy?
quality is something that I can judge saying that, like today you've come here, you've done the podcast. Once you finish the podcast, you're like, okay, fine, this is the quality. They spend this much time with me. This is the type of questions they ask. This is what they need to make me feel comfortable. This is what they need to make me feel uncomfortable, you know, etc., etc., etc. And then you get to a quality. Quality comes from experience. Quality comes from having been part of a journey. Quality is a perception that you have prior to the journey. Like you have watched our stuff on YouTube. Like, okay, fine, this is the quality I'm going to expect. But it is very hard to perceive a quality of a company that is, you're not seeing the process. Even with a podcast, you're not seeing the process. You're perceiving quality on end product. And that perceived quality and what actually exists, there is a zameen asman ka farak, as they say.
So, like what we help in, like the exact thing we help in this process is creating, first of all, we help them select a niche. So for anyone who does not know what a niche is, it is the target audience that you are going to cater to. So for example, our niche is marketing agency owners, coaches and consultants. These are the only people I work with. So an e-commerce brand comes to me, hey Aditya, help me, I would say no, because I have no expertise in that area. That's the first thing. Second comes the offer. If I want to sell something, I need three things. I need pain, I need confidence, and I need the good offer. These are the three pools I need in order to sell something. If there's no pain, let's say you're making 100 crores a month, you probably would not want anything from me, right? So there needs to be a pain in the person you're selling to, and you need to amplify that. That's the first thing. Second one is confidence. You need the person to have confidence in you and your ability that this person would be able to help me in solving this pain, right? And the third thing is your offer. So for example, in our company, the offer that we have is, if you don't get 20 clients, by clients I mean onboarded clients paying you money, in the next 180 days we simply refund you anything you pay us. That's the offer we have. So in this case, what happens is, all the people around me, since again the agency space is very saturated, but still what most people are offering are, मैं आपके लिए ads चला दूंगा, I will run ads for you, I will grow your business, I will do that. I'm saying, if you don't get 20 clients, I will simply refund you the money. So that's a place where you will find the confidence कि there is a contract. If this person does not help me get 20 clients, this is what I'm expecting, I will simply get a refund. Second, the confidence can come from me, my experience, my clients and all of that. And third thing is, of course, they are in some pain, that's why they are on a call with me or giving me their time.
Don't you think that is dangerous? I'll tell you why that is dangerous. Let's say you get 20 clients for X marketing agency, right? X marketing agency is not good. Cool. You sent 20 people their way just because they hired you and you said, oh, it's a guarantee you will get 20 clients, but they're not good. How do you filter out these companies?
No, the thing is, we just don't send them the clients. We train them on how can they get it. It's a consulting service, right? So I would specifically help them in selecting key, this is the market you will be catering to. This is the offer that we will be creating. So let's say some agency, they run ads, and right now they're just saying ki, we will run ads for you, we will grow your business. So we will help them in creating an offer. In 90 days, if you don't get 30 leads from us, we would work for free until you get 30.
What if they are not good and in 90 days those marketing agencies are not able to fulfill the offer that you're making? Then so they will never make any money.
We offer the, like, we create the offer together, first of all. And secondly, if you're not able to bring ROI to the person you're serving, then there's no point in running the business, right? If I'm running ads for someone but they're not gaining any profit out of it, if they're giving me 90,000 rupees a month, but I'm not making them 90,000.
It's a
Aditya, I
different
don't-
case scenario.
So what you are saying is, I'm paying you. If you are not able to give me the return on my investment, there is going to be something wrong. What the question is, I am paying you for your service, but what the service that I am offering as a marketing agency is not good. So even though you give me the return on my investment of the 90,000 rupees that I have paid you, what if I am not giving the people who come via you to me their return on investment?
I'll add an example, right? Let's say Vishnu and I run a marketing firm, and we come to you guys. We're like, guys, please help us out. We are a marketing firm who cannot market our own marketing agency. So help us market our agency so that we can get leads. You're like, okay, done. I'll get you 20 leads. If you don't get the 20 leads, don't pay me. I said, okay. So now I'm incentivized to not get 20 leads, by the way. Cool? And you will say in the next month or so. So in the next month, Vishnu and I have a discussion and we decide, let's not get 20 people. Let's not close them. Because we're going to learn how it works. And when we don't close them, we don't have to pay these guys. Once that 1 month tenure is over, after that, you know what? We land all the leads we want because now we know how to. These guys are out of the picture. Chalo,
You have helped us make the offer. You have given us the pricing. You have spent all that time training us on how to do calls.
And you are incentivizing us to not get these clients. Ek mahina mat lo, 1 month don't get them, and after that, like, I will take everything. 6 months, so sure. Chalo, that is one part of the situation. Let's say we are ethical people. We won't do that. Cool. Now you help us create an offer in which you are going to add this guarantee, some kind of a guarantee to boost the offer. Say in 30 days, 40 days, if you don't get XYZ, then we'll refund you all of your money or something like that. Okay, on that front. Now we are incentivizing our clients to not have the results for those 90 days. And someone in my clients is going to be unethical because the world is not a very ethical place. So now I'm incentivizing them, don't get this thing, Akhil Vishnu don't get paid. And now that I have learned, oh, this exists, I'll go to you and like misuse you. So how?
So for the first part, we have a set contract that we sign with them. It says you are eligible for a full refund if you don't get 20 clients in the next 180 days. Following that, you complete all of the written things down. And it should be, you should send 100 emails a day. You should create an offer based on our methods that we tell you. You should send X amount of cold DMs a day. If you do this, you track this in a way, you should get 20 clients. And in any case, if you want a refund, we'll hop on a call. We will check that you completed all of the upper clauses. And if you still don't get the results, we'll simply refund you the money.
Aditya, the point that you're missing here is what you're promising is not something that is in your control. If you promise that you're going to get 20 responses in 180 days, that is in your control.
That's 20 leads, but not 20 clients. 20 clients means somebody landed with
clients means it is on me whether I want to close you or not as a client.
But again, it says that the sales calls should be taken by the systems that we create.
Might be done. Everything might be done, man.
Final closing is up to the business.
The point is, if I have to close you as a client, I have to be like, listen, you're going to be working with me. Akhil has no role in this. You and me are talking. He's giving me all the guidance. But at the end of the day, you're going to be working with me. He is not involved in this. He probably doesn't even know you exist. Sorry, you probably don't know he exists. But that's the beauty of it, right? The moment he is giving me the control to decide his outcome, it's out of his hands. The moment he said, okay, through my systems, you've gotten connected to Aditya, and instead of maybe 20 closed clients, you're saying you're going to get 200 responses or 100 responses.
Or like 2,000 responses. Yeah?
How many ever?
So many. You will get so many leads. Closing, not closing, tumhare upar hai.
The moment you bring closing into the picture, you're leaving yourself vulnerable.
But again, we only work with pre-established agencies, and for them, it always comes down to the price to value discrepancy. Again, to explain this, people want dollars at a discount. If you're paying me X amount of money, and if I can show you, if I can actually show you tangible results, and you can see that the value you're getting out of it is X plus 2, you would be happy, you would be satisfied, and there would be no issues. Because they have got a return on their investment plus they have made more, right? So in that case, any high ticket business owner would not do that.
Brilliant. I'm agreeing with you. I'm giving you 90,000 rupees. I'm making 9 lakh rupees.
Yeah.
Sure, great. Well, what is my incentive to pay you 90,000 rupees? I'm not an ethical person.
If I am
You are
not
giving
an ethical,
you are giving me the onus. My only point that we're trying to make is you are taking away the thing that is in your hand, which is the lead generation part or the response generation part, or the people coming in and saying that, hey, your offer is good, I would like to talk to you further. That is parts that you can track directly. That is parts that you can say, okay, fine, nobody can swindle me on this. This, I have got you finished. The moment you're leaving me to be like, out of those 2,000, I have to close 20, only then do I have to pay you. I can just not close them. That's my choice.
I feel one thing that might work in your favor is that I'm guaranteeing you 20. You'll probably get 60. Are you willing to leave out 40 people because of this little thing that you have in which you are like, no, I don't want to pay him 90,000?
Yeah, exactly. So when people do get like that price to value discrepancy, no one probably would think of that, because the value they are getting in return is just so high that people probably would value their 6 months more than the amount.
Awesome. So what's the difference between an expected actual result versus the guarantee that one should give or one can give?
Yeah, so again, coming to the result part, it actually differs, and it's more of a maths thing. Let's say because of the software, I close 10 people, right? So I make X amount of money, X into 10, right? So now, 2 people ask me for a refund after 6 months. I would still get 8 people. In respect to this, let's say I just had a normal offer where because of which I just closed 2 people, so I'm still making more money giving refund to those 2 people. Let's say they were unethical or I was just not able to give them the results, I still made more money because of this bold offer that I had, instead of just having a normal offer ki you will get 30 leads or else you don't have to pay me, and tracking that down.
Still.
Again, you missed the point.
I'll re-establish the question. Okay. Let's say we hire you. Let's say we are the marketing agency. Let's say you tell me, Akhil, I'll give you a guarantee that you'll get 20 clients. Okay, over the next 90 days. Awesome. Cool. You are guaranteeing me 20. How many do you really feel I'm going to get?
In some cases you might just get 15, and in some cases you might get 40.
What is your feel on it? Because tomorrow you're going to help me make my offer. And I'll have this question from you. The person who is playing this game with me, if I'm expected to get 20 and you're giving me a guarantee of 20, right? At that point, I'll take 90.
So the thing is, even if you get 10, you would still make more money than you paid me. And in that case, a person would never ask for a refund.
The point here is, if I'm guaranteeing you something, I am expecting at least 5x of that guarantee or 2x of that guarantee. What is a guarantee? The guarantee is, यार इतने तो मिल ही जाएंगे.
Guarantee is a minimum viable thing, right?
And अगर आप, if you're expecting 20, in my mind, I would not guarantee anything more than 5.
Yeah, and if you're thinking, यार 15 ही आने हैं, 15, then you guarantee 3, or you guarantee 5 and be like a baller. Okay, yeah, 3x, but I can guarantee you 5, so आ ही जाएगा. That is what a guarantee means, no? Don't you think so?
Like we can definitely use that just to be on the safe side, but if we want to increase the amount of clients that are coming in, increase the amount of cash collected, we can go with any offer, even if it's 15 instead of 20. The thing is, again, we come to the price to value discrepancy. If the person is,
I am not talking about the number here. Yeah?
You
the
use
15 or the 20 or the 50 or the 5 is not the relevant point here.
Let's do this price to value discrepancy. Okay, price to value discrepancy means how much have I paid and how much am I getting. Cool. Am I about right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So when I say price to value discrepancy, the amount I've paid, I've gotten that much. If that is my guarantee, awesome. The amount I've paid, if I'm getting 2x that, if that is my guarantee, awesome. Right? But guarantee, the risk of the guarantee is on the heads of the guarantor. in which case you are the guarantor, or your client will be the guarantor for the person who they provide for. So if we were to come to you as a podcast and you were to create an offer with us, content offer, how would we go about it?
So let's say we want to create a content offer, we could like in most cases we could deliver X amount of deliverables, so reels and videos and all that. Plus along with it we can like we can never promise the views that we get on this part, because social media, again, we can't guarantee anything on this. This is the amount of,
Are you sure?
yeah, like we should not, at least.
On average, how many views do you get? By the way, he runs a YouTube channel, guys. It's a fantastic YouTube channel. We watched it. You guys can learn so much more than just this podcast. So please check it out. We'll have it in the links below.
uh, Somewhere around 300.
So on average, you get 300 views. Can you guarantee me we'll get 10 views on your video?
Yeah,
That's a guarantee.
but that won't attract you.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
That's the
if
guarantee.
I'm getting, if I am just starting a YouTube channel today, the max views I'm getting is 10.
And now the whether it will attract me or not becomes hocus pocus if it is too close to the expected result. Because then it's not a guarantee. Get it? If you were a 500 million subscriber channel and you were to guarantee me 10 million views, those 10 million views for me will still be very attractive, right? Now you are that good, where your guarantee is that good. What do you think about this conversation? Because right now, if you are guaranteeing me 20 clients, I get 19, I'll take a refund. Because firstly, I am a business owner, I am cash strapped, I need all the cash that I can get back, plus I'm getting this extra.
For you, 300 views is your norm. For us, let's say 1500 views is the norm. For you, if we promise you 1500 views, also that will be attractive enough. It's 5x what you're getting. So similarly, for you, if you're promising someone even 100 views and they're getting 5 views, you're promising them 20x what they're getting. So what is attractive has to be decided by the person who is on the receiving end, and what they set as the baseline. But the point is, the guarantee has to be whatever percentage of your average. So that is when it becomes a guarantee कि यार इस पे तो गलत कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता.
So if I talk about my offer, when we guarantee 20 clients following, let's say 300 outreach messages a day, and this whatever the ins and outs are, anyone can expect over like 50-60 clients.
See, now that's fun.
But most people can't take that, because managing 60 clients in 6 months is not something people want.
That is where the closing bit comes into play.
That's the closing bit.
Yeah, so in that case also, like when someone's getting an opportunity to get 60 clients, they are just satisfied with whatever they're getting. And if person is satisfied, he neither would ask for a refund, neither would rate you bad or anything. That's what we have experienced, and that's what happens in the business world. Because when we are talking about founders or B2B, that's where we work. In B2B, people value the return, or people value the time over getting their money back. So that's what we have experienced, and that's what we build things on. And for our clients, when they create a guarantee, we don't tell them to create a guarantee on something which they can't track, like we are doing it. We are going on a very, very risky offer, but it's bringing us a lot of clients and we have never faced an issue. But for our clients, we always tell them to create an offer which they, based on their past experience, can actually deliver. And finding solution to problems is not as difficult. It's just understanding the problem, which is 95% of the work. So that's what we do. We understand the problem, create a solution for that, and we create an offer around that, pack it in and sell it.
Outbound is a very, very time consuming method of marketing, right? Because when you're talking about it, you're like, are you sending 300 messages a day? Are you sending this many emails a day? Are you getting this many calls a day with randoms, in which you're doing 300 a day, so you're doing 9,000 a month, and 9,000 messages a month, you are closing 10 clients. That's a lot of effort. Inbound is the person is already sold who is coming to you to ask you, hey, can I get your services? It's a lot more fun.
The person might not even be sold, but at least they're interested. Yeah, this is something I'm looking for. The 9,000 messages I'm sending, maybe 4,000 of those don't even need what I'm selling, but that is my perception that they need what I'm selling.
So you said you do outbound? inbound, and we'll get to the rest. So let's talk about inbound. How do we do inbound?
So for inbound also, again, we establish particular systems. We use email marketing, we use Facebook groups, and along with it, we use YouTube as
How do you use email marketing for inbound?
just like newsletters. And also, first of all, we did, like create a group, let's say on Facebook or LinkedIn. We enter into that, we make connections, we like warm people up using our content or anything like that. They get into our email chain, and we deliver them the newsletter about our services, and we can sell it to them. The main one that we use is YouTube. It works really great, especially for B2B companies.
What are you talking about? YouTube works well
Very good.
as a content.
Yeah,
So you are saying that more people need to come on our podcast
definitely.
and do a recording with us and get more reels and then use it for inbound marketing. What do you think about that?
Love it.
What do you guys think about that?
Because like YouTube works really really great with just 3,000 subscribers, like not even 3,000 at the moment. We have made more money probably from YouTube as compared to any of our marketing channels. So that's the thing, because again, we don't need to be influencers on YouTube, we don't need to dance around or create anything like that. We just need to find out who our target audience is and make valuable content for that.
What does that mean? That's
How are you making the money?
So it's like, this is one thing that I personally found out. When you make valuable content, so by valuable content, what I mean is anything that is, let's say, either solving a problem for someone or giving them ideas, and it should be around your target audience. And in the end, you just mention, hey, by the way, if you are an agency owner or whatever your niche is, if you're looking for more services on how we can help you out, check the first link in the description. It's to my page. Very transparent marketing. I'm trying to sell you something. Let's see if we are a good fit, and that's it. You close the video. But the important part here is, if you go on YouTube by the mindset of just selling things, it probably would not work out, because again, this is another theory that I can talk about. This is no way related to the how actual YouTube works, but it's connected to UOV, unit of value. So let's say I start a YouTube channel today. I post one video, the unit of value of that video would be 0.00000001. The second video I post, it would be 0.0002 multiplied by 2. The next one would be 4, next one would be 8, 16, and so on. So after somewhere around 30-40 videos, you would reach to a UOV of 1. And that's where probably you would start getting results. So it's a long process, but once you are getting a good unit of value from your videos, once people are watching you, they're listening to you, the amount of return you would get from it would beat your paid marketing, your outbound marketing, and all the systems that you can create. But it's like YouTube would also punish you if you create low value content. If you just create it for the sake of creating it or something like that, your UOV would fall down. And consistency is one thing I have promised myself. Like, I have personally done it. Jab tak meri shaadi nahi hogi, I will publish 3 videos a week TTS without fail. I will just do it. And if I miss a day, my UOV would fall back 3 times. So it would be -2, -2, -2. -2 times, -2 times, -2 times.
So divided by 2, divided by 2, divided by 2.
And it would like punish me a lot for the consistency. Like, for breaking the consistency, the reward would just be 2 times. So that's how I look at it. So it's like, again, there's this quotation, the stock market in a short term is a voting machine, in the long term it's a weighing machine. So short term mein, the guy with better lighting setup or the guy who has better marketing might win, who has better thumbnails might win. But in the long term, when you post 50, 60, 70 videos, 2-3 years have gone by, the weight that you're putting, the units of value that are putting, that will win. So whenever you're looking at anything, don't look at it from a year's perspective or something like that. Look at it for decades. And that's what I'm doing with my YouTube channel.
Let's talk about some resources. So if you're making YouTube videos, it's very difficult for you to have access to the people watching, right? Because somebody watches, you don't know who they are, YouTube is not giving you any personal information, yet they're not giving you an email ID. How do you get them to reach out to you? Is it just a phone number, just an email ID, or is there something special that you use?
So again, like, we don't use any fancy marketing funnel ki you go through a 3-page website, you read hundreds of pages. It's a very simple thing. So basically, your funnel is like this, right? It's like trying to get your clients to buy something from you. That's what a funnel is. So on the top level, it's people watching my video. On the second level, it's people watching my VSL. VSL is a video sales letter. So it's like a 2-3 minute video explaining what I do, how can I help them. And then it's an appointment that they can book with me. And on the appointment, we go on a sales call. I explain them. They say yes, they work with me.
How are they getting to your VSL?
Yeah, so that's what, like I said, when I create a video, I would provide value. And in the end, I would say, if you're looking for more help, check out the first link in the description. I might be able to help you. It's a VSL and I want to sell you something.
How can I make one for myself?
So it's like a website. So what we have, it's not at all fancy. You click on the first link. So it would be the first link, and I make it in a very unique way. I say, no marketing funnel or no marketing guru here, no $997 course, just a guy trying to help you out. Check this link. They go on a link. It would be a video of me, and we have not edited that video. I made it in one go. It's me saying, hey, I'm Aditya, I'm trying to sell you something, totally honest. This is me trying to get you on a meeting with me. So I help marketing agency owners, coaches and consultants in getting more clients, and we do this by this way. So if you're interested on how I can help you out, just book a meeting with me. That's it. So that's how we do it. Then below there's a calendar link. They can schedule the call with me and they can hop on a call and we can cater to them. So that's the funny.
When you said creating a VSL, you saw talking about I did it in one go, I did not edit it. Why?
I think the market is already saturated with heavily edited content. People trying to market things in a very fancy way with all of this. I am trying to go on a very transparent approach. I say I'm trying to sell you something and all of that. No free value given, no free ebooks or anything like that. I'm trying to sell you something. If you find value in it, buy it from me. That's what we are trying. Because what I think is, when you have a really good product that actually delivers result, you won't have to hide it in gift wraps and all of that. When you don't have a good product, where you will have to hide it in a cardboard, cover it with a fancy lighting, cover it with fancy $2,000 equipments and editing and all of that. But when you have a genuine good product that's actually helping people out, they would just see the value in the offer, confidence and all of that itself.
Do you not think that if I have a very good product and I also present it in a way that is transparent, yet it looks good, where you have, I'm not saying fill it up with special effects or text flying in from here, there, and everywhere, but when you are talking for 2 to 3 minutes, it's often easier to take a break, understand what you're saying, or put in a little bit of effect, because when you're hearing someone speak for 2 to 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes is a long time. You're probably only getting maybe the first minute that someone is watching, and only if that first minute is where someone is interested, are they watching on for longer. So I understand what you're saying, that you don't want to make it unnecessarily hi-fi because you don't need to. Your product speaks for itself. But at the same time, even a simple edit or a simple few things coming on screen which are important, I think goes a long way in also saying that this person has put in effort. What you say is transparency can often come across as, यार इसने तो कोई effort ही नहीं डाला है, कैमरा के सामने खड़ा हो गया, वीडियो करा दिया, खत्म, डाल दिया. Why should I bother?
I think the other way around. I feel you are trying to make that your packaging. What I'm saying is, let's say you go to buy chips, right? And you're somebody fancy. So you go to the fancy chips aisle and you see green chips with chips written on them. Then you see green packet with Lay's written on them. Then you see like random colored goodies, right? And eventually something attracts your eye. You pick up the chips packet. You see the front packaging first, then you maybe turn it back, you see thoda bahut, and if you're like really interested, you read the ingredients to see if it's clean or not, right? Then you open the packet, take a chip, eat it, and now you know whether the chip is good or not. On the other hand, if you are someone who just likes desi chips, so you'll not even go to the fancy chips packet, right? You'll go to the desi chips side, in which everything is in a transparent packaging, and they are marketing it with that transparent packaging. That is their marketing. So I don't feel it's fair to say that everybody is doing this shiny thing, so I am doing this transparent thing. But it is good to recognize that even that is your packaging. You're trying to package it in that manner. But do you feel that eventually your customer base might change? Eventually your resources might change. Eventually you might be able to hire like very, very good videographers. don't you think your packaging will change at that time, or will it consistently remain this?
We want to keep it this way, but again, it's not like if I did it in a go, you will have to do it as well. It should be good. It should be good for the person watching, but again, our target market is different from other people. So when I talk about the average people who make the funnel and all the fancy videos, they are trying to cater to an audience from, let's say, 18 to 24, and their attention span is fried. They can't, like, they are, because of constant scrolling and all, they can't watch a 2-minute video without special effects and all.
And here we're talking about you. So I would like to keep the focus on that, because I think the moment we start preaching to people, who are we to preach to people? So let's stick to you, and let's stick to what you have done and why you have done that. So, okay, so I've watched your video, I've clicked on your video sales letter, and it takes me to a page where I see this video of you. What then?
You see the video. If I and on the video I show you the past results that I have got, how we operate, how we do things. Then below that there would be a calendar link for you to schedule a call with me. You schedule a call with me, and then on the call I would ask you questions to verify if you're a good fit for me or not. The thing is, we clearly say that we want to make client acquisition easy for people who deserve it to be. And by people who deserve it to be, I mean people who genuinely want to help people out, who genuinely want to solve a problem, but are not able to do it because they are stuck on some phase of client acquisition. So we ask them all the questions. If they are a good fit, I would explain them how the things work, what they would be doing for the next 180 days, what would be the pricing and all. And if they say yes, we start working.
I'm going to go back to a question that Akhil asked earlier in this podcast. Why would I, as a consumer, trust a marketing agency who cannot market themselves well enough to find clients?
Again, like, marketing agency is a very big term. It consists of design agencies, it consists
I'm
of,
talking about your target audience.
yeah. So when we work with marketing agencies, we work with, let's say, short form content agencies. We also work with social media agencies. We work with web developers and all that. So let's say you are a website developer, you're really good at creating websites. You create e-commerce websites जहाँ पे the customer retention rate is very high, the optimization is very good, but you don't know how should you sell your websites. That's where we come in. We would help you set this up, and you won't have to personally send those 9,000 emails. All the systems are automated, because you as a business owner, you don't have the time to send those, personalize those and all. So we tell you how do you systemize that, so you as a business owner have time to actually focus on how do you grow the business. Because that's one thing that I see a lot. People often spend their time in doing things which are not necessary, like creating a fancy website for a marketing agency. People would never be able to search you. Ranking on Google is so difficult, but people would spend months and spend so much money on just getting a website, and it would still not rank. Right? Instead of that, just have a normal page telling what you do, what you have done in the past, and focus more on what brings the money in. Right? And what brings the money in is reaching out to customers either via cold or inbound, or
Let's have some free goodies, right, for the podcast. So the people watching, it's like you've been hired by all of them, but they're not paying you because none of them, you weren't able to meet anybody's guarantees. Okay, let's go with that. So now, what's a free website builder, or what's a free tool on which I can just build my website and deploy it without having to pay money, because I'm very poor. I'm just starting out my business and I still need to do the whole funneling bit.
yeah. So again, for this part, there are a lot of places you can go to. Building a website is not at all expensive. You just need a domain and hosting. That's necessary, because without it, like, uske bhi free alternatives, you can find them, but I would recommend at least invest in a domain that would give you a name, right? So do that, and you can go to WordPress. The tutorial is very easy. It takes like 30 minutes for anyone who knows how to click on a computer, type on a computer. I have free resources on my YouTube channel as well, because I think knowledge should be free. Because Newton said this. I'm not sure if Newton was the person, but someone said this: if I can see very far, it's because I'm standing on the giant's shoulder. And we are the people who know about something, who are able to earn. We are the giants, and people would not be able to stand on our shoulders if we don't give out knowledge. And that's why I always think knowledge should be free. What I'm gatekeeping or what I'm charging for is some very niche specific knowledge, and again I would need that money in order to live, right? That's one thing. And the second thing is the constant support that we are giving to people. I'm charging for my time. So for the knowledge part, there's a lot of knowledge that you can get from free YouTube channels. That's the place where I learned everything from. But for websites, you can build it on WordPress for free. For funnels, you don't have to invest a lot of time, just build one in one day. Because if the content is good, if people see that you're genuinely giving value, they won't care if the website has a very fancy footer or not. They just want to get on a call. They want to know how can you make more money for them. So you should invest more time in getting to that part of how do you make more money for them.
How do you make the content good?
Just be genuine on that, and just try to, like,
How do you make the content good?
like, now I don't prepare for it. In starting I used to write down the points on my notebook, but now I just, let's say, I have done this exercise for a long time, but this is like, we also teach this in the program that we have. How do you create a mind which can generate those golden ideas? So every 1 hour, set an alarm on your phone, and it would remind you, how can I make an idea out for a video out of this, and this would be the situation you are in. How can I make a killer video idea out of this podcast we are having? How can I make a killer video idea out of a monkey in my college? And it happened once. I was like sitting outside, and I saw this vine of a plant, right? So it had gone through 8 stages to reach where it was. And the alarm rang, and I got this, how can I make this an idea? And I came out with a video, 8 stages of an entrepreneur. And that's how I got this. So now I have this, after like months of practice, I can make ideas instantly. But for anyone starting out, just do this practice, and that would help you out a lot on this. Now, in starting, you just need to be genuine. We don't need people who are confident, we need people who are competent. And if you know what you're doing, if you know how things operate, you can just create a video and post that out, and with time you will get that UOV higher, and it would start working.
You said specific knowledge, the very, very specific knowledge that you get paid for. I want some of that. What is that secret sauce?
Yeah, so the first, we have 6 modules in the program. If I talk about it, the first one is acquisition commencement, and it is the most important one. That's where we explain how did we come up with all of this. So like, all the knowledge I have got so far, I have compiled that down, iterated it, and that's what we are giving. So it's like, that's what we teach in this. Now, if you want to know something about this, the first thing that I told you, if you want to sell something, there needs to be pain, confidence, and offer. That's one thing which we explain. Again, I can't go in a lot of detail in this. The second one is, like, we talk about a lot of things. So this is multidisciplinary thinking. So the way we reach out to people using cold emails is, we just don't send cold emails. We attach a video with it, and the video looks personalized. I learned this from a YouTube video, and then we iterated it. So again, this was a slower process. We made it faster using automations and all. So how did I come up with this? This was again multidisciplinary thinking. It was alloying. So alloying is a uh, term in chemistry. It's like mixing two things and making a better one. So we came out with, people either do uh, personalized outreach, but they can only reach out to 20 people a day, right? Because on personalization it takes time. Or else you can reach out to 100 people a day, but it won't be as personalized. So using this, we can combine both of them, and we came out with this method where you can attach that video so it would look personalized, and we can also automate it so that we can reach out to 100 people. It would be personalized, and it would take like 30 minutes of your time.
How do you build the email list? How do you automate the video to look personalized? And how do you automate the emails to go out?
All right, so again, I won't hide it. There's nothing like that. Like, all of the content in my program, I can give it out for free.
Let's do it.
Yeah, like, almost everything is out there on YouTube. That's where I learned from it. What we are charging for is the support that we provide every single day. We call people, take updates, and all of that. So for list building, for the email list building, we are using LinkedIn ourselves. So you go to LinkedIn, then you go to the person's website, you see if they're a good fit or not. If they are, you get their personal email using tools like Snowvio. So Snowvio is an email extractor. You get the personal email. So for example, Vishruth at Thought Bistro. com. You would get that because of that extension. So that's how we get our emails. Now for people, like for example, my niche that's available on LinkedIn. For example, let's say you are catering to real estate agents. They probably are not there on LinkedIn, so you can use Google Maps. So you need to find where your target audience is located. So some might be on Google Maps, some might be more active on Instagram. For
How do I find that? How do I come up with where is my niche audience?
you need to do the research. For example, gym has nothing to do on LinkedIn. Gym probably would be there on Instagram. So you would find their email ID or number or anything from Instagram. That's how you build the list. Then for the video, there are two ways. The automated one is using tools like Clipio or Pitchlane, but it's expensive. So you can automate it. Like it's more of a manual approach, and it's like you turn on a laptop. On the background, you play an recorded audio of yours. Ki, hey there, I'm Aditya. I'm personally recording this one for you, and you scroll on their website, and it looks like you are making this, but you won't have to speak it again and again, and you can just record it. Takes like 2 minutes of video. Now that's for this, and for sending emails, we recommend you just copy and paste them if you're just starting out. Otherwise, you can use tools like Instantly and all. Now, for all the business owners,
What's the tool you said?
Instantly.ai, or you can use Limlist, or you can use Mailchimp. There are so many options for email marketing. Now, how do we do this? Like we at our agency, we don't use automations, and most of our clients don't use it. We hire interns from college at 6,000-7,000 rupees a month. One would find out 100 emails a day for you, going through the websites and all. One would record those looms scrolling the website and playing your audio in the background, and one would copy the mail and paste it and send it. 6,000 rupees a month, and they would do it. That's how we do it. So we have like given internship to 100 plus students at the moment.
Guys, harass your interns.
I mean, like people are often dissatisfied with this. Ki 6,000 may I have to do this much work, but when I look on it, I like 3 years ago I would happily do it.
They'll do it for free. India.
Yeah, because like no, people are just unsatisfied. Ki like yesterday itself, we don't often hire girls for this, but we just for some reason we did. And just one day, and she said, "This is exploitation."
I mean, it is.
Yeah, but again, if you look at it, uh, there are people who are standing on the road waiting that someone would come pick them up for 500 rupees a day, and they would clean the whole house, they would dig the roads, and they would do anything for that. So sitting in the AC on a laptop and just doing this, and you get to connect with so many agency owners, so many founders. That's probably in my, like, at least for me, I would have done that if I was.
And that's the offer.
And again, it's more of like scroll karke looms, anyone could do that. If you want to get paid, you need to do something which people can't do, which not everyone can do. And if you don't have those skills, this is what you should do.
So we have inbound, outbound, number 3, final, paid ads. What does that mean?
We have 3 systems for that: paid ads on YouTube or Google, paid ads on Meta, and paid ads on TikTok. That's what we use. Now, we only recommend agency owners that are doing over $20,000 a month in revenue to run that. So out of like 70 clients we have had, only 4 have gone to that point.
Where does that number come from?
Which one?
$20,000.
Because like that's not a hard and fast rule, but like if you're thinking of running ads, I would recommend you should at least spend $100 a day. And for someone to put that money in, you at least should have been making $20,000 a month. And before that, we need to set everything up, because when we run ads, you get like 10-12 appointments a day, and for that you need to have sales representatives, you need to have a good team that could actually provide the service to the clients, you need to have all of that set up. So we only recommend to do that. Out of 70, only 4 have ever ran ads, and they were able to scale from 20 to like $50,000 a month within 2-3 months. So ads is only for scaling when you have all of that. Before that, you can easily use inbound, and especially outbound, because inbound also takes time to set up. You can't expect appointments from your YouTube channel in just a month, right? You would probably get 100-200 views. So outbound is what we tell people to use in starting. With our systems, we have 7 in total. We have systems for emails, cold DMs, and all of that. You can expect an appointment booking rate of 3%. That's what we get. So you send 100 emails, you would get 3.
Let's go back to ads. I want more.
I
on
want to
ads.
understand more about the ads.
Yeah, so for the ads, the best ones that we have found so far, especially for B2B, are YouTube ads. Because when people are on YouTube, they are there with a learning mindset. वो कुछ देखना है लंबा. They are not there just to have fun or something. Because when people want to spend time or pass time, they go on Instagram or YouTube.
What is the kind of ads that you run?
Now again, there are a lot of technicalities in that, but it's more of like when we like if we would ever run ads, we don't run ads at the moment. If we will ever do that for ourselves, we would again use the transparent marketing thing in that. This is our offer. Let's hop on a call. But for this, we would always use a high ticket VSL funnel. So again, this is the high ticket VSL funnel. इसका सबसे बड़ा stage would be the ad, people watching the ad.
What is in the ad?
In the ad, it's just like a normal head shot video of you talking about your offer. This is the person.
If
How
you were
long
to
is the ad?
if you were to look at that camera and give us an ad, let's do it.
Hi, marketing agency owners, coaches, and consultants. If you're looking for more clients for your agency, this is the right ad for you. We at Freedom Formula, we help high ticket marketing agency owners, coaches, and consultants in getting more clients to our systems. We have been doing this for a long time. We have a proven past record, and we do this by a series of outbound, inbound, and paid ad systems. If you are looking for more information on this, please schedule a call with us. You will find a link below, and let's take it forward from there.
Break it down. Why each part of that ad? Why did they exist? What are the parts to your ad? And if I'm to build one for myself, how do I think about it?
Let's break it down into pain, confidence, and offer.
Yeah.
So again, I could have added my offer part in this as well. Key. And the best part, if you don't get 20 clients in the next 180 days, you would simply get your money back. So that's also one thing I would like to add in this. So now in starting, it would be marketing agency owners, coaches, and consultants. That's
Audience.
hook them up.
Yeah, that's the
अगर वो है marketing agency owner, he would stay there.
Okay.
Then if you are looking for more clients for your agency, that would be to tell them this is the this is what we are going to help you in, and then it's like we will be explaining them how we do it, so that they don't just pre-assume things ki it would just be ads, because like I have seen this a lot. When people know ki it would be paid ads, people just try to run away. People don't have a lot of trust in Facebook ads or this because they have been burnt in the past by this. So it would be using outbound, inbound, and paid ads. And then finally, and the best part, if you don't get 20 clients, that's to increase the confidence because of our offer. And finally, hop on a call, click on the link below. Then it would take them to a VSL. That would be the second stage of the funnel. It would again be a video, maybe a little longer than the YouTube funnel this time, because people who are coming in, they are more interested. And this time we would be showing them a lot of results, because if you're planning to run ads, you should have a lot of results by this time. So we would be talking about the results and all of that, and about our offer, and then again the Calendly link to hop on a call. Now for ads, also one thing, it's like scaling. So people think of scaling the business as a very big thing, but scaling is just increasing the amount of people you're reaching out to. That's just what scaling is. And for scaling, I would always recommend to have 6 things in KPI. The first one,
What's the KPI?
KPI is key point indicators. So for any system that you're running, you should have metrics and they should be in KPI. Talking about a system, what is a system? People think of it as a very complicated thing. A system is input, processes, output, output plus feedbacks, and feedback goes back into the input to improve it. So input would be our ad, the process would be people watching the ad, going to the funnel, VSL and all that. The output would be appointments, and the feedback would be in form of metrics कि हमारा ROAS क्या था, ROAS is return on ad spend, ROI क्या था, कितने clicks आए, what is the appointment booking rate and all of that. We have set KPIs for that. So like I said, the 3% appointment booking rate, that's the KPI. If we are getting a appointment booking rate of anything below 3%, the metric is not in the KPI and we need to fix it. And since everything is cause and effect, there are some issues because of which you are not getting the result or the metrics in the KPI. So that's the thing. Now, for running ads or scaling the business, you need to have at least 6 things in the KPI. First one is result. So, like for again, speaking of just high ticket marketing agency owners, it should be within the last 30 to 90 days, you should have got results for at least 10 clients. You should have got results, actual results.
Can you rephrase that once again?
In the last 30 to 90 days, you should have got result for at least 10 of your clients out of how many you've got. So it should again be in a number. It would anywhere be around 50-60%. If you're not able to get them results within a good time frame, because people want results and they want good results fast.
What do you mean by results?
Whatever you're promising, whatever you're
Say for a marketing firm, would like, or a web developer, for example, what is the result?
satisfactory website. So again, for a web developer, the offer, let's say, we'll create would be, we will design your e-commerce website that would give you a conversion rate of 3%. So anyone who hops on a website, the website would be, the UX UI, it would be in such a way that the conversion rate would be 3%. So that's like bringing the results. That's so that the second thing should be the nightmare clients KPI. So let's say you have 30 clients. So 90% of your clients should be nightmare free. By nightmare free, what I mean is, uh, it should not be a headache for you, because what happens is when you scale, you will be scaling the problem by 10x. If there's a problem, if I'm not able to manage my clients, if they're unsatisfied with me, if they're calling me at 1 in the night ki Aditya tune scam kar diya, in that case, if I scale it, then there would be 10 more people calling me at the night ki Aditya scammed me. So we don't want that. The third one would be the appointment booking rate. It should at least be 2.5% on cold outreach methods. We cannot track inbound. And for paid ad, it should be at least be 1.8 times ROAS. So again, we are going in technicalities. Then the next one would be checking the offer. With your offer, you should have had at least 120 appointments booked so far. In that case, it's a good offer. So when we send out the email to people, they book an appointment with us, we have booked over 1,000 appointments, so we know our offer is good. If people are not booking appointments, their offer is not good enough. Then after offer, the show up rate should be good enough. It should be at least 60%. By show up rate, what I mean is, let's say you book an appointment with me, but you don't show up on the call. So that's like 100 people book an appointment with me, 60 should at least show up on the call. Then finally, the last one would be around ROAS or something. So it should be that you should get this amount of ROAS from your ads, and cash collected should be over 50% on the first call payment or something like that. And you should have collected at least 50% of cash from your clients. So by this, what I mean is, let's say I'm selling my product for 3 lakh rupees and I'm selling it on installments. You can pay in 3 months, 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 1 lakh. So I should at least be collecting 25% on the first day itself, and I should be collecting 50% from all of my clients. So, like, because some people might be unsatisfied and they won't make the third payment. They would just pay 1 lakh, 1 lakh, nahi acha nahi laga, and I won't pay the third one, and they might ask for a refund or dispute or something like that. So, wo nahi hona chahiye, and then you are ready to scale using ads. And scaling is just increase the ad budget and scale it. That's what scaling is.
Ads is essentially just helping you reach a wider net. So whatever experience that we've had with it, the thing is with outbound, as you said, the return rate is 3%. You send 1,000 emails, you get 30 responses. Send 100 emails a day, you might not even get one response. So it is something where you can lose your confidence very quickly. You have to get a very hard shell to do outbound. And I guess when you're starting out, that's the best way to go about it, because that helps build your shell. With ads, I agree with scale coming in. But there was a couple of questions I had. When you say, when you have these KPIs, these what is the functionality of these KPIs?
Just to know that if the system is performing good enough or if there are some issues that needs to be fixed.
Okay. And for paid ads, what are these, like you listed out 6 KPIs that had to do with like performance, and like, say for example, okay, this many people have got results in the last 30 days, or you say 10 clients have results in the last 30 to 60 days, or I have payments from so many people. What is this helping me identify?
So these are not the KPIs for paid ads. These are the KPIs to see if your business is ready to run paid ads.
Gotcha.
That's the thing. So again, because when we run ads, we are looking to get a lot of clients because we are spending a lot of money, right? So when you want to get a lot of clients, you need to make sure you would be able to give them the service, or else you are burning your money or leaving a lot on the table. That's why you need to be ready. Whatever comes, we would be able to face that. We would be able to deliver. Now for the specific KPIs for a paid ads,
So these 6 KPIs were to decide whether you are good enough or whether your company is at the stage so where you can run paid ads. Yes. In that, how do you have ROAS? You're saying you have 1.8x ROAS in the KPI one. I think KPI 4 or 5 you mentioned something has to be 1.8x
with
ROAS.
appointment booking rate. So
Ah.
it should either be 2.5 with the like cold appointments, or it should be 1.8 ROAS with the ads. So this was for scale. We were talking about scale. So you can run ads on a normal scale, but when you want to increase it, when you want to get like 40, 50 clients a month, that's when you're at least getting this with your ads, like in the testing phase.
Aditya, who are you? Why are you building this? Who are you to build this? What kind of a team do you have to justify you building this?
All right. So before this, I've had my own marketing agency in the past. We were running paid ads for gym owners. That's when I figured out that I can only have 6 clients a month. If I add the seventh client, it would either be one of my previous client would get dissatisfied because I'm not able to give that constant support, or else it would just get a lot of trouble for me to manage that, because the cap is on a certain number, right? We can't manage 50 clients a month, or else we will have to get a very big team, and again that would be difficult for me. So that's one thing. And that's when I decided I need to move to a model where I can scale it up. So like what we have right now is this consultation program where we have all of these 6 modules around acquisition commencement, where you understand what acquisition is. Second one is paradigm. So it's so that you can understand and see acquisition for what it is.
Is there a reason why you use so many words? I've seen like a lot of things are labeled. So we have acquisition XYZ, we have paradigm, we have this. If you are an agency or if you are a business owner, do you think these words are important? What do these words serve a purpose as?
There's no such reason in specific. I just like reading science or these books, and that's where I learned this from. I read a lot of history books. I think if you want to get successful, you just need to see in history. There are 4 great leaders: Genghis Khan, and there is Caesar, there is Napoleon, and there is Alexander. They almost conquered the world, and that's one thing. I used to think I'm earning so much money at this age. I am on top of the world, and that's when I realized these people almost conquered the world, and I just built a business. There's nothing too much to be proud of, or at least I should not have an ego. And now I read about them, and when you read about them, you get to know a lot on how you can execute those strategies in your business and in your life. And that's probably where I learn a lot of things from. So our whole program, it's built on a theme of like Rome, because I was reading about Caesar at that time, and that's where I built that from. So all the images, they are of like Rome or building Rome and all that. So there's no such reason in specific. I just like that. But paradigm, it's a very, very important term that I think everyone should know. Your paradigm is the lens from which you look at the world. So all the knowledge, beliefs, experience, faiths, everything that you have, collectively it's your paradigm, and it's the reason why you are at a certain point in your life.
Aditya, do you believe these terms may lead some people away from you? Because I feel like a lot of people in the world don't know these terms. A lot of people in the world get scared seeing such terms.
When we are selling this, we don't use them. So when I'm selling someone on the call, we have built this thing called culture nexus.
See, another word.
Like
I'm telling you, so what's happening is that the packaging you're using to sell is transparent. And I'm gonna give them a single ad, it's gonna be a straight video, and there's like nothing, I'm just like you, and then they come to you and you're like culture nexus.
no, we just don't deliver that. We explain them what is the culture nexus, why did this thing come, where did it come from, why is this necessary. So culture nexus is like a center thing, right? So in that we write what is the culture of our company, and we have certain points. So one of that point in our sheet is simplicity. We want things to be very simple in the program or in our company. So every single thing that we explain it in such a way that even an 8-year-old could understand it. And I make very, very sure that it's clear. I give 3 examples for any situation, but I will make sure that even if a 8-year-old joins my program, he can start his agency and build it and get to a point. Because like one of our youngest client is just a 15-year-old boy, and he is probably doing better than 90% of the people in the program. So I want to make it very simple. So these terms like the appointment booking rate or the KPI, it's not just I'm just saying ki KPI is key point indicator, this is this. We go through such a series. I would start with Darwinian theory. So by Darwinian I mean Charles Darwin. Again, he's the father of natural evolution. And this is again multidisciplinary thinking I'm talking about. So I studied biology, I studied about him, and that's where we got his theories and combined it with client acquisition. So we go with how did we come here? So it's like there are two kind of rats, one is gray and one is white. And then it would go on to a point where they're on a sandy space, right? So the gray mouse would be visible to the eagle, while the white one probably would camouflage with the sand, and the eagle would eat all the gray rats. And with time we would see that most of the rats now are white. So that's like how we come to the fitness part, that this species is fit. And from fitness we come to key point indicators, and then what are key point indicators and all of that. So it's like that's how we developed it.
Aditya, we still can get your background. Let's get your background. Who are you? Why are you doing this?
So when I was starting out, I wanted to become an esports professional. So I was into gaming. I used to play CS:GO and Valorant. But like I was in the top 10,000 players in Asia at the time when I was in class 11th. I was earning money out of it, but that's when I realized that only, let's say, the top 20 people out of like a million who are playing make good enough money. So that's when I kind of lost interest in that. And it was also luck that that's the reason why I'm here. First one is me being born in a family where my father and my mother are very supportive, because it could have been my parents were not supportive at all and I wouldn't be here. I like the biggest thank to my father. He, I would say, is a bit frugal with money, but I learned a lot about money management from him. He always motivated me to take risks and all. And because of that, I left gaming. And like he always, when I was playing games, if I would play something else other than the game I was supposed to play, he would come and scold me for it. Why are you wasting time on this? This is not for entertainment. At least practice on what you're trying to build a career on. And that's when I came across an advertisement about Bia Heza. He's a YouTuber. He was like a 20-year-old who was making millions from drop shipping. So I came across drop shipping. So I learned about it. Then I tried selling glasses, goggles on online, and I did not know anything about ads and all. Then I came across an ad, built a clothing store. It did not work out because the program, first of all, they go through a very weird funnel. He would say, in 500 rupees I would give you a 7-day coaching, you would build your whole program, and at the end of the 7-day coaching he would market me another high ticket product of 50,000 and all that. We went through all of that, built a product store, spent all my savings from the gaming on that. I got zero sales, it failed. And then like, but I was sure I want, like, I'll have to do something because I took commerce without maths. And I was going through another podcast of yours where you were saying commerce without maths is the most stupid thing you can take. But I took it because I took science. I got 93% in 10th, 93 in 12th as well. So all the people told me you should go with science. I went with science, but I thought I want to build a career in gaming or something else. So I switched to commerce because I thought I would have to invest relatively less time. So it did not work out. That business did not work out. I was in a very weird state. I did not used to do anything. I would just sit down on my table and I wouldn't do anything. That's when I came across Andrew Tate, uh, got a little motivated, started my agency. And again, I would say I was lucky because it took me 61 something days of sending 100 emails, and I did not know anything. I would just copy it, paste it, write their name manually, send it. Lead generation took me like 4 hours a day, but I was lucky enough, I continued for like 61 days without losing hope. And that's when I got my first client. It was Amit Power Control. I built a website for them for 16,000 rupees. And then I would continue to reach out, and then I got more and more clients. That's when I wrote my book, because I was doing really good on that part. Then came around boards of 12th class, did that, and that's when I started on Instagram a series called 0 to 1 million. And I was the first person who did it. It worked really great. I got like 1,000 followers in 3 days and worked really good. That's when I documented my whole journey. I went from 0 to minus 16,000. I took a loan of 16,000 from my father, started a clothing brand again, but this time I had more experience because I worked with clothing brands from my marketing agency. I knew how to do things. And in like 8 months, I completed that 1 million INR challenge. And that's when I got idea from people that I should also teach them how was I able to do this. So the clothing brand thing did not do a lot good because the revenue was there, but the profit margins were razor thin and we were not making any money. So I dropped that, focused on this. Then I started selling knowledge as well, and that's when I figured out this could help people out because people were satisfied, they were being helped. Then like I said, I was selling it, but Instagram was the only source. Then my Instagram got banned. I lost all the sources of income I had. It came down to zero. It was around February or March of 2024 itself. That's when it happened. And at this time, I was working as a sales representative in a US company, which was working around client acquisition consulting as well. So that was like where I was getting some money from. So it was during that time, and then came around April, we made a Discord server where we would help kids 16, 17, 18, 19 year olds in getting good at fitness. So we had a person who was into fitness, getting good at business. I would take classes every day. We were doing it for free and we were planning to monetize it later on. And then a kid who was an admin, he deleted the whole server because he had a fight with someone, and it was 4th of May. Everything got deleted, and my father, who was very supportive, got a bit scared off because my source of income instantly vanished as soon as my Instagram got banned, right? So again, being from a different generation, he told me ki padhai pe dhyan de le. And it was 4th, and I lost my Discord server as well. He came to me, gave me a lecture, you should focus on studies now. And I was crying that day. I thought of ki I would leave everything and get to studies. And then again, I am lucky, a brother of mine came to our house, and he is also doing some business. He's just 24-year-old. It's not online, but he's earning something on his own. And he told us ki life mein ups and downs aate rehte hain. My life is at a very weird stage at the moment. I am in this loan and all, but I'm still doing and all. So he did not know about my situation. He just said it out of himself, and that gave me the motivation कि वो तो लोन में होके भी इतने motivated है and मेरे पास तो कुछ है नहीं. And that's when I started this. Took me 24 sales calls before I could close my first client. And again, I'm lucky कि मैंने 20 sales calls के बाद give up नहीं किया. From 24th till 30, we got 6 clients in the first month. And that's when I made like 3-4 lakh rupees out of it in the first month itself. And we started the first session in June. People were so happy, everyone's so satisfied. We get testimonial videos from our clients without even asking. And that's how it came to this point. We even shifted in an office. So we were living there. Me, there's Saubhagya, Raghav, there's this team. So we are like a team of 6 at the moment. 3 are VAs who are like, we are exploiting them. And then there are 3 important people on the other hand who are managing the operation. So we shifted to a flat, we were living together. And that's when I realized I am getting lazy. I started waking up late. My father was in Air Force, so he gave me this discipline ki wake up at 7 every day, wake up at 6:30 every day. And when I shifted there, for the first few weeks, I was doing really good. And then I would wake up at 11 in the morning. And I was, because of the systems, I would say, or something like that, making more money than I was making before, but I was not as focused. So that's when I realized this is not good, and we shifted home just a few weeks ago. Because at home, my father would look on me constantly, am I working or not? And that's
Guys, he's 19. He's
Yeah.
turned 19 few days back.
And 17, 18, 19-year-old are kids.
All of this he has done. He's 19. I am blown. I don't know how to react to this. This is insane.
By the way, he wrote a book. The book is
Yeah,
back
the
there.
book is
It's
right
called
there.
Agency Catalyst by Aditya. Please grab it. The link will be down in the description below. And give it a read. All of this should be in the book, and you should have a lot of nice resources.
yeah, and I would make a free ebook for all the people who take it from your end.
Fantastic. Free goodies.
Aditya, you have started this 3 months back. It's been 3 full months. We're in the fourth month. What is your vision 5 years down the line? If you had to give me one line.
We have written this again on the sheet, 10,000 clients, and we want to make client acquisition easy for all of them. It might take more than 5 years, but that's the goal with it.
5-year vision.
So with 5 years, I would probably reach that goal. I think I would be able to do it.
Aditya, we have a tradition on our podcast. The last guest has left you a question. We would like you to answer that and leave a question for the next guest. The question we have for you is, how much does personal branding really matter?
So for personal branding, it actually depends on a lot of things. So like personal branding, on what kind of business do you have? So again, personal branding can be very, very good for the business. For example, we see with Boat, Aman Gupta, he has got famous, and because of him, Boat has got even more famous, and the sales skyrocketed. So it's very good, but again, it can't be the only source for getting clients. That's what I would recommend, because it was for me the only source for getting clients, and I got rigged. And again, just a few weeks back, I would say 2 weeks back, I was in Jaisalmer, and my Instagram got banned again. But this time, I didn't flinch, and we made 60,000 on the same day we lost it. So that's like the lesson I learned. कि you should not stick to just one source. क्योंकि ads भी है, अगर ad account ban हुआ तो कल रुक जाएगा. You can of course find new ways to get that, but you should have multiple sources of client acquisition. But personal branding on a long run can help you a lot. It can beat paid marketing. It can beat outbound systems as well.